Welcome in everybody to another lesson. Today we are going to talk about proportions. So what are proportions exactly? Proportions are when you have two ratios that are equal to each other. For example, let's take 1/2 and 3/6. If both of these ratios are the same, if they're both equal, then they're in proportion. Well, you have 1/2, 3/6, we know we have a common factor of 3, which will reduce to 1/2. So, yes, this is an actual proportion, since 1/2 does in fact equals 3/6. Another example here, let's say we have, well, let's do 1/5. Is it going to be equal to 4/20ths? Well, we're claiming 1/5 equals 4/20ths. We're claiming this is a proportion. Well, 4/20ths, both the numerator and denominator have a common factor of 4, which would actually factor this to 1/5. So yes, 1/5 is proportional to 4/20ths. Now, if I had something like 1/3 and 2/9, we definitely know 2/9 doesn't reduce to 1/3, so this is not a proportion. That is not a proportion. And I'm going to show you how to find out if two ratios are proportional. But let's say we give you the numbers 5, 6, and 7 and 9, right? You want to find out if each pair of numbers is proportional to each other. So what you'll do is you'll take the first number in each, you'll make that your numerator, make the second number the denominator. So we'll have 5, 6, is it equal to 7/9? I have a question mark above the equal sign because we simply don't know yet. So remember, the first number in each is your numerator, the second number in each is your denominator. Is 5, 6 equal to 7/9? In other words, is 5, 6 proportional to 7/9? There is a way to find out. How you're going to find out is you're going to do what's called a cross product. A cross product. So you'll take the first set, the cross product being 5 and 9, so what you'll do is 5 times 9, and then we're going to ask, is that equal to the other cross product, which would be 6 and 7? Is that equal to 6 times 7? Well, 5 times 9 is 45. And then you have 6 times 7, which is 42. We can clearly tell 45 does not equal 42. So, not proportional. These sets of numbers are not proportional. In order for them to be proportional, both cross products would have to equal each other. But since they don't, they're not in proportion to each other. I have more examples here. Let's see. So we have 7 and 5, and then 6 and 4. So we have 7 and 5 and 6 and 4. Are these two sets of numbers proportional to each other? So again, your first number is your numerator. So for the first pair, 7's the numerator, 5 is the denominator. We want to know, is it proportional or is it equal to 6 and 4? Because in the second set of numbers, 6 would be your numerator, 4 would be your denominator. Well, again, the way to find out is to take your cross products. So you do 7 times 4. So 7 times 4 is what you would do here. is that going to be equal to the cross product of 5 and 6? Then you would do the cross product of 5 and 6. Well, what is 7 times 4? That's 28. What is 5 times 6? That's 30. 28 definitely does not equal 30. Therefore, these pair of numbers are not proportional. They are, in fact, not proportional. By taking the cross products, that's how we tell it. Alright, let's see here. Number 3. So let's say we have the numbers 1 and 2, and then we have 10 and 20. So are these two pair of numbers 1 and 2 and then 10 and 20, are they proportional to each other? Well, the numerator in the first pair would be 1, and the denominator would be 2. In the second pair, the numerator would be 10, the denominator would be 20. So is 1/2 proportional to 10/20ths, or is it equal to 10/20ths? Let's find out. We'll take our cross product, so you'll have 1 times 20. So again, what is, let's see, we'll have 1 times 20. Is that equal to the other cross product of 2 times 10? Is that equal to 2 times 10? Well, let's see, 1 times 20 is 20, and then 2 times 10 is 20. Both cross products are in fact equal, because 20 equals 20, so they are proportional. So 1 and 2 are in direct proportion to 10 and 20. They are in fact in proportion. So if you get one side equaling the other for the cross product, then yes, they are in proportion. If one side does not equal the other, then they're not in proportion. Okay, let's say we have the numbers 7 and 3, and then we have 21 and 9, right? 7 and 3, and then 21 and 9. So are the pair of numbers 7 to 3 proportional to the pair of numbers 21 and 9? So of course the first pair, your numerator is 7, your denominator is 3. Is that equal to, or is it proportional to the second pair with the numerator being 21 and the denominator being 9? Well, let's find out. Again, you're going to take your cross products, so you'll have 7 and 9. So you'll do 7 times 9. And is that going to be equal to the cross product of 21 and 3? 21 times 3 is, well, we'll do that in a second. You'll have 21 times 3. So 7 times 9, that's 63. 21 times 3 happens to be 63 as well. 63 does equal 63, so yes, these two sets of numbers are proportional to each other. They are in fact proportional. So since you got a true statement of 63 equaling 63, they're proportional. Now we're going to throw in a little bit of algebra with this, with a variable. You'll see some proportion problems here. For example, you'll have 18 and 4 equal to x and 10. Well, we have a missing number x that we don't know. We need to find that value of x that would make these two ratios proportional to each other. In order to do that, you're going to take the cross product, 18 times 10, so you'll have 18 times 10 is equal to 4 times x, which would be 4x. 18 times 10, well, that's 180. That's equal to 4x. Now if you want to get the value of x, you just divide both sides by 4. You divide both sides by 4. 180 divided by 4, that's going to be 45. I know that one off the top of my head. If you put it in the calculator, you'll get 45. 4x divided by 4, that's just going to give you x. So your answer is x equals 45. That's exactly what you would get, is 45. It's all about doing the cross products here. Let's see, how about number 13? X to 8 is equal to 9 to 6. Okay? So we have an unknown number x to 8, and that ratio is set equal to 9 to 6. What number x is going to make this a proportion? What number will make these two ratios proportional? So you'll do the cross products. You'll have x times 6, which will give you 6x. Then you'll have to do 8 times 9. So 6x is equal to 8 times 9. 8 times 9 there. 6x equals, what is 8 times 9? 72. Now all you got to do to find x, divide both sides by 6. 6x divided by 6, that's just x. 72 divided by 6, well, that's going to be 12. So the answer is x would be 12. And if you plug it into the proportion, that's exactly what you would get. They would be proportional. Alright, I got a few more. I got 3 more problems. Alright, we got 12 is to 4. 12 is to 4 as x is to 3. So we need to find that value of x that makes these two ratios proportional. So again, you're going to do the cross products. You'll do 12 times 3. You'll have 12 times 3 is equal to 4 times x, which would just be 4x. Now what is 12 times 3? Well, that's going to be 36, which would be equal to 4x. Now all you need to do to get x by itself, divide both sides by 4. 36 divided by 4, well, that's 9. 4x divided by 4, that's x. So looks like x is going to be equal to 9. And if you stick that into the proportion, you would find that 12/4 is proportional to 9/3. So that's how you find the value of x. I got 2 more. Alright, what's this problem here? Alright, 100 is to 25. 100 over 25 is equal to 20 over n. Alright, so we have that variable, that unknown number n. We need to find what that is to make this proportional. So again, you'll do the cross product. You'll take the 100 times n, which would just be 100n. You'll set that equal to the other cross product of 25 times 20, which I'll write here. So you'll still have 100n. 25 times 20, that's going to be 500. Now, in order to get n by itself, you'll just divide both sides by 100. So n, let's see, 100n divided by 100 is just n. 500 divided by 100, that's just 5. So the answer to make these ratios proportional for n is 5. That would be your answer to that. Alright, I got one more. Well, this is a fun one. So we have 1/4 is to 1/2. 1/4 over 1/2 is equal to 1/2 over x. Okay? So yes, you could do these with fractions also. Well, like you would any proportion, you want to find that value of x, you'll take the cross product, you'll take that 1/4 times x, So you'll have 1/4 x equal to the cross product of a half times a half. Half times half, that's going to be a 1/4. Okay. Now to get x by itself, you just got to multiply both sides by 4. You'll just multiply both sides by 4. If you do that, you'll get x by itself is equal to 1/4 times the 4. That's just going to be 1. So your answer to making the ratios proportional is x would be 1. So really, if you know how to take the cross product of proportions, you'll find the variable. That's really all there is to it. And of course, to check if two ratios are proportional, again, you take their cross product. If one side equals the other, then you got a proportion. If one side does not equal the other, they're not proportional. That's really all there is to proportions. So tomorrow, not tomorrow, I don't know, we may do it tomorrow, but the next lesson, I should say, we are going to do some word problems with proportions. So I hope everybody has a good night. Take care.